Thumbnail card. A massive, dark concrete obelisk looming over a modern, neon-lit Chinese metropolis. Huge red text flashes across the screen. 250,000 freeze. A digital crack splits the thumbnail down the center. Visual. Fast-paced, high-contrast B-roll of modern Chinese cityscapes at dusk. Speeding traffic, flashing neon billboards, and massive concrete structures. The camera aggressively pans up a massive, imposing 45-story skyscraper wrapped in tattered green construction netting. The windows are pitch black. The concrete is stained with water damage. Audio. High energy, ticking clock cinematic drone. The deep, punchy bass of a U.S. cable news broadcast hits on every transition. Visual. Rapid on-screen text graphics flashing 3 critical figures over a red-tinted radar map of the city. Visual. Archival-style simulation footage showing a luxury tower model transforming into a decaying blueprint. Visual. Text on screen. The instructional crack. Audio transition. A low metallic booming sound. Visual. Dark, gritty motion graphics showing an industrial blueprint of a skyscraper. Red moisture indicators blink aggressively along the building's exterior shell, slowly spreading inward toward the structural core. Blue lines track the internal ventilation shafts. Audio. Low, menacing industrial hum, layered with the rhythmic sound of dripping water and a fast-ticking clock. Visual. High-contrast 3D animation detailing the cross-section of a high-rise floor. Close-up on deteriorating pipe insulation, breaking apart into microscopic fibers, floating into a digital airflow simulation. Visual. Dramatic B-roll of the tower at night, completely dark while surrounding skyscrapers flash with vibrant LED displays. Text on screen. The Point of No Return, 2002. Visual. Fast-forward digital calendar graphic flipping from 2002 to the present day. Images of peeling paint, rusted iron rebar, and cracked exterior granite panels. Visual. A sweeping 3D digital map of mainland China glows on screen. Neon pins drop rapidly across major urban centers, Tianjin, Xiangyang, Jieyang, and Shanghai, highlighting massive unfinished structures. The camera zooms out to show a sprawling network of concrete ghosts. Audio. Heavy, rhythmic industrial drums kick in, mimicking the steady thud of a pile driver. A high-tension electronic string section builds in the background. Visual. Split screen showing architectural failures. On the left, the Shengxi Towers, peeling granite. On the right, archival footage of other famous unfinished or halted Chinese megatowers, like the Golden Finance 117 in Tianjin, or abandoned high-rise clusters in peripheral districts. Visual. Dynamic 3D architectural blueprint animation showing the rigorous modern compliance standards required for a Chinese high-rise, advanced seismic damping systems, pressurized fire escape stairwells, and zoned HVAC filtration. Visual. High-resolution drone footage tracking the vertical facade of the tower. The camera moves dangerously close to cracked granite panels and rusted metal anchors holding the exterior skin to the structural frame. The scene transitions to a chaotic, rain-slicked street level at dusk. Red police barricade tape stretches across a major intersection as municipal emergency vehicles flash their lights. Audio. A low, rumbling bass drop accompanied by the shrill sound of a distant ambulance siren. The narration takes on a sharp, urgent, hard-hitting journalistic tone. Visual. A dramatic 3D engineering reconstruction. A heavy, solid granite cladding tile breaks loose from the 30th floor of a digital tower model, tumbling down at terminal velocity, smashing into a sidewalk and an adjacent bike lane. Visual. Nighttime footage of emergency personnel battling a fire inside an unfinished concrete structure, smoke pouring out of hollow window frames. Text on screen. The liabilities multiply. Visual. A dynamic graphic showing a list of 12 buildings titled The Dirty Dozen. The Shengxi Tower sits at the top of the list, glowing in bright neon red. Visual. A large digital scale graphic. On one side, the official market value of the building drops down. On the other side, the mounting mountain of municipal fines tilts the scale completely. Visual. Dark, ominous 3D animation modeling the controlled demolition of a massive skyscraper. The structure drops vertically into its own footprint in a cloud of dust. The graphic transitions back to real-world footage of engineers in neon vests, secured by climbing ropes hanging off the side of the towering concrete facade under a gray skyline. Audio. Deep, industrial electronic bass synth builds to a crescendo. The tone shifts to a fast-paced, high-stakes resolution. Visual, high-contrast graphic overlay, displaying the corporate and regulatory chain of failures. Developer, 1966. Speculators, 1980s. Nijilexique, 2000s. Reguliori Gap, 2020s. Visual, a sudden visual cut to a dark screen. A single illuminated highway graphic appears with a blinking red warning light. Text on screen, the June trigger. Visual, bright, optimistic architectural rendering transitions over the old, decaying tower facade. A vibrant green urban park and clean residential balconies materialize on screen.